And welcome back. And we are moving into our final segment for today as we join in on the commemoration of International Children's Day. It's November 20th, which is actually the anniversary of the United Nations Convention on the Rights of the Child. And there has been a special video produced to help children understand more about their rights. And that's done by the Children's Advisory Body in Belmopan City, and we have three of the members here to tell us more. We have Kaithlinn Cabañas, she's 15 years old. In the middle, we have Solé, Meighan, who's 13 years old. And on the end, we have Zalika Henderson, who's 15 years old. Good morning and welcome.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Thank you.
And thank you for coming all the way from Belmopan.
Thank you for having us.
So, I want to start off by finding out how you got involved in the Children's Advisory Committee.
Well, so there were letters sent to different primary schools and high schools in the city, and they basically were just looking for 2 students of that each school, primary school and secondary school, who really showed leadership skills and they were like doing well in school. They were interested in making a change in their community, and so I was chosen back when it first started in 2014, and I've been a member since. So
4 years?
Yes.
Okay. And you, Solé?
Same thing as well. I was one of the first recruits in 2014.
Likewise, the same year, I was in primary school and they just asked, like what Kaithlinn said, for 2 representatives from each primary school and secondary level.
How big is the advisory body? How many students?
How many students? Currently, we approximately have about 12
Okay.
to 13. And we want to expand that, so yeah.
What has the experience been like? I mean, you're in school, obviously you were very active, you showed leadership skills, but there's a difference when you put a bunch of children around a table and say, we want to hear your thoughts and opinions.
Well, the experience so far has been very well. We've developed as young leaders. We have been trained, we've been to workshops, we've been going across the country because there are other municipalities of Cap. Well, we trade, work with them. The experience is fun, and we're also going to go out of the country. Well, one person, 2, approximately 2.
How has this been a tool to help you guys learn and grow as young women?
Well, definitely with the workshops that we have attended, we have learned so much more, and it's very important for us to take in all that knowledge so that we can use it in our future. And it's really good so that we can spread the word to other children that they have a voice, that their opinion matters. And so that's the kind of message that we try to put forward. And that's why it's very good that we are involved with these kind of initiatives and things that before children weren't really involved or considered to be a part of.
Yeah. Now, having the opportunity to express your opinion is important, but how much do you feel that it's listened to?
Well, when we started, it wasn't that everyone got the message because we were just developing and learning more about what are our rights. Because even me as a child, I didn't know certain things before, but as I went along with the Child Advisory Body and going to different workshops and different seminars and what's not, I learned that our opinions matter and that we have a say in what we want to help us develop as young adults.
Yeah.
Also, like she said, when we were first developing, some people may not have gotten the message, but because of our persistence to push our youth group and to push it to a higher level, they finally understood, hey, they're actually doing something. They're actually giving children a voice. They're giving them a chance.
How much did you know about the fact that children had rights before you joined the advisory body?
I knew that you had the right to name the basic rights they teach you in school.
Okay. And the other stuff, like participating? having the right to play,
Having the right to play, yes.
security,
You have the
being
right to an opinion.
part of a
Yes.
decision that affects
Yep.
you.
Yes, I think it's good for those of us who do know our rights, but it is kind of hard for those who don't, the children that don't know their rights. So we have to push forward so that they learn, so that they are not abused by others, so that they can stand up for themselves.
Yeah.
In your community of Belmopan, how challenging or how easy has this been in terms of you guys having understood your rights and being able to pass on that knowledge to others who may not necessarily be aware of or understand their rights?
Well, we definitely try to get the message across in a way that youths will listen, and well, we're trying every day to like make it more known and more knowledgeable to everyone in the community, and our goal is to eventually have all the children know their rights and just really stand up for themselves and know that they matter as much as the adults.
Now, do you talk to your friends about the rights that they do have and the responsibilities that come along with them?
Well, yes, we do.
And what's that experience like?
Well, for me, some of my classmates, sometimes I tell them that, like, for example, the first time I didn't know that we had the right for certain opinions, like, for example, when they're building parks or having different events for youths. I didn't know that we could have a say in what should happen and what we want. And so when I told that to some of my peers, they were shocked as I was when I first found out. So that was like one of the experiences.
Do you get them to share their opinion?
Yes.
Okay. Now, what about teachers and parents? This idea of you having an opinion and a need.
Well, like they always say, it's not what you say, it's how you say it. It's how you go about explaining to them that we have a right. Because then if you don't want to come off as disrespectful or nothing, but you also want to show that you're strong, but you have to know the limit of of the power you have. You have to know when to use it, how to use it, and you have to know what to say to those people.
Yeah. Now, a lot of times people just think kids, they don't understand the issues. They don't care. They want to focus on school or toys or games or their friends. What would you say to people who say that that's all kids care about?
Toys?
But often people don't realize that, especially parents don't realize that what they do and what they say don't affect us as children. So like, if you would tell us that we don't understand or like if we don't care, like maybe we might not understand like certain things, yes, but like as we go along, we go about wanting to know certain things and we get curious. So yes, we would like want to understand to see how we can help as children because we want to be helpful in certain circumstances. So like if an adult were to come up to me and tell me that I don't care, all I want to do is, like for example, just go and just have fun and enjoy my youth like that way. They're not all about that. They're more like, as you get older, you get certain responsibilities and you have to learn to cope with it. So like as adults, we might not understand, yes, but it's up to you to help us understand and to mold us into what we are to be in this community in the future.
Well said.
Yes, I just want to add on to that we are the future of our country, and I feel like our parents and just adults in general should treat us as their equals, because if they keep saying, oh, you're too young, you just want to play games, you're not taking responsibility for anything, we will start to believe it. So it's good for them to treat us as their equals, to understand and really listen to us and like sit down and talk to us, because we do have a lot to say, we do have a lot on our minds, but we feel like we're not going to be heard or understood.
How important is a day like today for you guys to sort of remind yourselves and enforce the fact that as children you do have rights, that you do have a say in determining what happens to you guys individually?
I think this is very important, and it's really great event, like thing to have. It's good so that we are appreciated, and really to spread the word around the world. We should have more things like these that really do celebrate children. And yes, I think it's very good to have this.
Yeah. So explain to those who don't know, the adults, the children, whoever is watching, what are children's rights and why are they important?
Children's rights are those things that should be respected for children. It's very important because we all want to be accepted. They have human rights. Like, we don't want to be abused. We don't want to feel like we can be treated any way or another. If we know our rights, it is good that so that we can lead on a successful life and so that people just respect us and we can respect others.
I have a couple of friends that their parents didn't teach them about children's rights and human rights and what they have, like the rights that they should have known. And I think it's very important that not only on this day, but like every day, we are supposed to be taught and reminded of our rights. So in the group that we have, I remember I suggested one day that every so often we have a little get together and just to, like for youth, just to remind them of their rights and to know what they are capable of as young adults.
Now, you are a part of an advisory body to the Belmopan City Council. And it means that you are to represent the views of children in the city itself. Tell me, what are the issues that you bring forward to the council that you tell them are affecting children, whether positively or negatively, when you meet with them?
Some of the issues, well, basically are like lights, because some children don't feel safe when they're going home because sometimes they have to maybe catch a bus from their school, because some students go to school out of Belmopan, and they have to take a bus. Sometimes they arrives late, and then the street lights, they might not be working. They might not feel safe. Not only that, maintenance of properties, like abandoned houses. Abandoned houses are frequent in Belmopan, but we're trying to work on that. There was also an issue for about a park. Like someone built a park without any of us knowing, but we already talked to the mayor about it, and he said it was an initiative. So we were okay with it, but we just wanted to be informed about it. Yeah,
because you have a right to be consulted.
Definitely, what she said, a major issue is definitely security for our children, but also bullying in schools. We definitely feel strongly about that, which is why we launched an anti-bullying campaign.
I'm wearing the shirt right now.
Yes, she
Yes, be the voice that stops bullying. Nice.
Yes, and it's something that affects youths in a very big way in schools, and also for like better education. It is our goal and our hope that in the future there will be like the majority of children in Belize will be in school and that they will be learning. And like we also push forward for recreational activities and things that will really push kids to educate themselves better and to just learn more in the community.
Like what she said with the safety and at night with the street lights, children have extracurricular activities that they do before they go home. And some of them live in the nearby villages, and it's not like people would go home right after school and then come back, because then they have to catch bus and Posita or whatever transportation that costs money. So to save them money, they just stay back and do the extracurricular activities and then go home. So like what she said, the street lights and security, that is a very important part of what we try to implement.
Now the key part is that you bring these issues to the table. Tell me something that you're happy that you have been able to successfully change in Belmopan because you were given a voice at the council.
Like just what I said just
The
now.
street lights?
Yes.
So the street lights is definitely one.
Yes.
Okay, what else?
Security. I play volleyball in my home, so we normally don't have policemen walk around, but like just a couple months ago, I noticed that they have 2 officers walking around the area, and so that was a really big accomplishment in my eyes, because I remember one time they had an incident where someone got robbed. So and we were right there, and we never noticed it because of how dark it was.
Yeah.
And then when they implemented the street lights and the
Nice.
officers, it made me feel more safer.
Also, recreational activities, that plays a major role. Our youth today, there is volleyball. We play volleyball. That is it's fun to want to be in a little group that can be your safe space, where you can be free to express who you actually are. And because of recreational activities, children or youths want to go to school, because sometimes it doesn't take a educated student to be in a club.
Yeah.
Someone out of school could be in a club, and that would make them have the drive to want to go to school and want to learn and be engaged in their community.
Well, you beat me to my next question, which was going to be about children who, because you both are 15, you probably know by now, children don't necessarily progress into high school. Some people don't continue with their education, and they also have a voice. So I'm glad that you answered that one. But let's talk about what we're doing today. You've put together a special video.
That's right.
Yes.
All right, so tell me about it.
It's basically a visual aid about how we are the future, and that they should take care of us today, because then they won't have to literally worry about us tomorrow. Meaning they can give us all the information we need to develop skills, a mindset, to develop a goal, to be someone higher, be who we want to be. And also the video portrays different, jobs, roles, different roles in the community. So we have the police officer, we have the doctor. Like adults, they should help us and mold us into a character, a wonderful character. So yeah, that's basically what the
It's
video is
basically like a children empowerment video.
Did you help to create the concept?
about.
Yes.
Yes.
Are we going to see you in it as well?
You're gonna see
It
it.
was in
You're gonna see both of them.
it was in, I think it was the first week of high school, and
Okay.
it was
So it's a great flashback for you.
yeah, it was fun.
All right, so on this day, on International Children's Day, what would you want to say to other kids about why they should learn more about their rights and use their voice as well?
To them, me personally, I would say their opinion matters in whatever aspect of whatever life has for them. Their opinion matters, and that you don't have to be quiet, like just watch something and just stand by there, and if you know it's wrong. Like, for example, if you see something wrong that is happening, and if you speak up, it will make a difference.
Yeah.
And from personal experiences, when you speak up, it does make a difference, whether it's at home, at school, extracurricular activities, anything. Your voice does matter, and it makes a difference.
Well, what I have to say, kids, your voice matter. Trust me, you guys will want to express everything you feel, all your thoughts. It counts. But then again, if you're addressing an adult or someone older, more mature than you are, please watch how you say it.
Yeah. Be respectful.
Be respectful. But then again, show them that you're not weak, that you are here, and that you are an advocate, and that you are amazing.
Youths of Belize, you live here in this country too. Everything that happens here, you have just as much of a say as the adults. And this is your country, and it's in your hands to make sure that you push it forward so that we can take it out of like the poor situation that it is in and really have our country flourish.
Yeah. All right. And so now we get to see the video, right? Do we have the video ready as yet? All right, so let's check it out.
Oh my.
What do you see in us? Do you see potential? Do you believe that we can inspire, lead, and create positive change? Do you listen to us? Do you listen to the ideas we hold for tomorrow? Please, be with us, guide us, give us a chance to speak, to let loose our thoughts and wild imaginations. Give us a chance to learn new ideas and a better way of living. Give us a chance to overcome our fears and things that seem impossible. And give us a chance to grow out of our limitations and into a remarkable generation of leaders. For we are more than just your children. We are future doctors, future farmers, future technicians, future athletes, future musicians, future guardians, future providers, and future leaders. We are the future of the world. And when you choose to take care of us today, you won't have to worry about tomorrow.
It's a very strong message to end off with. You know, if we take care of you guys today, then we won't have to worry about tomorrow, because you would have assumed your respective roles as leaders, as you know, law enforcement officers, doctors, etc. It's a very powerful message.
So what's the future for each one of you? What are you aiming to do?
Well, I am passionate about a lot of things, but as for now, I don't know, I like to change my mind. Right now, I want to be a fashion designer.
Nice.
Well, as for now, this was my mindset from a child. I wanted to be a lawyer or a judge. But right now, it's kind of switching to an accountant, but I still feel that judge part of me that's kind of taking over.
I kind of want to follow my grandfather and father and uncle's footsteps in the work of architecture and engineering.
Okay. All right. Well, I am very sure that we'll be seeing you doing great things in the future. We really appreciate you coming in and reminding us once again how important it is that we listen and pay attention and prepare our children for the future. Thank you.
Thank you for having us.
We're going to go ahead and take our final break, and when we come back, we'll have a wrap up, so stay tuned.